Hello, how are you? This shade's called Panic. I don't know, I just think that's fun. Bring me to life. I got on a badass bitch face and I forgot to put on an actual outfit. Hey pals, how's it going? So today we are talking contour. What is it? Why do we do it? How do we do it? Everything about it. I typically am a powder contour type of person. I have oily skin. If you have drier skin, a cream or a liquid-based contour is probably going to be a little bit more flattering for you. I've powdered this side of my skin. This side I have yet to set so that I can show you a little cream contour and how I do my everyday powder contour. Oh, you know what? In case you're wondering, on my eyes today I am wearing the Huda Beauty Mauve Obsessions. So really, really pretty pink and berry tones. Love that. And then on my lips I am wearing Potion by Anastasia Beverly Hills. I suppose we should just dive right into it. For my cream contour side, I'm going to be using a damp beauty sponge. I really like the Real Techniques beauty sponge. This one I find is really, really soft, and it's also, I just like that it has the pointed side for under eye concealing and the flat sculpting side for, you know, sculpting around the brows or doing cream contouring. So I've taken a little bit of concealer on the back of my hand. I'm using the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Cafe. And I'm going to pick a little bit of that up on the sculpting side of my beauty blender and go in right in my cheekbone area, starting back by my ear, and just sculpt outward. And then you can just build up the intensity as you wish. Take some right under my chin here. I do also take a little bit right in the outer edges of my forehead as well. I'm really going a little bit at a time. It's much easier to add than it is to take away. Whereas if you just go straight in and you go ham off the bat, then you're sitting there trying to like add more concealer to blend it out, and it just, you really don't want to have too much product going at the same time. Obviously, if you're mad confident with this and you can just slap it on there and go, do your thing. But for me, it is such a safer bet to start small and work up. And you can't forget your nose. So again, I'm going to take a little concealer, that flat end of my sponge. And for this, I'm just going to go right down the edge and on the side. And then just blend that. Bam. So now I'll take kind of the flat part and just bounce on top of that. It just gives me like a little bit of shape, a little bit of definition, but nothing crazy. Some people do their cream contouring prior to foundation. I know a lot of people that do cream contouring primarily will go in and contour first and then do their foundation concealer on top of that. That's up to you to decide. I find that if I try and do it that way, I end up using a lot more product than I need to use because I contour like crazy and then I cover most of it with foundation and end up having to go a little bit back in with my contour. Either that or I don't use enough, and then you can almost see like where my foundation and my contour meet, and that ain't cute. That's not my look. So I like to go in after I've done the foundation. Try it both ways, see what you like better. I'll go in with just a little bit of my setting powder. If you want to do cream concealing and like highlighting, you could at this point go back in with a light shade and really brighten that up. I'm not gonna do that. I already put my concealer on. It's not that serious, but totally do the extra step if you want to. Y'all know me. If I don't have to do it, I'm not gonna. So, just a little bit of setting powder. And that just softens that and now sets it so that my cream isn't gonna pick up when I go in and do my blush and my highlight. Before I go ahead and do that, I'm now gonna do my powder contour. I'm gonna be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit. Looks like this. Easy breezy beautiful. Use whichever one you prefer. This is just the one that I reach for most often. So, like I've said, the main point of contouring is to either draw away or draw forward parts of your face. So for example, the edges of your skin you want to kind of pull back to give that kind of suctioned, snatched look, whereas the centers of your skin where you highlight, you want to draw attention and bring forward, like the center of your eyes, you know, your forehead, your lips, wherever you want attention. So I go in with a little bit of this mid shade here, just a nice cool toned brown. You don't want anything too warm because warmth is going to look like sun on the skin. You want it to look more like a shadow. And then I start again right above my little, I'm gonna tuck my hairs back. Start right above my cheekbone. And I'm going slightly above my cheekbone, not just into it, because that's going to lengthen my face. And then it's going to start to pull me down instead of keeping me up and lifted and tight and bright. So, right above my natural cheekbone. And I'm just pulling up and out, so up towards my cheekbone in here. And that'll keep that kind of Botox, fresh face. Some of us can't afford Botox. Some of us just gotta fake it till we make it. And the same way I do with my creams, I just build up the intensity until I'm happy with it. So some days I'll just do a little bit and have kind of a natural look going. And then, like for today, I kind of want it a little more intense since I went for a bold eye and lip combo. So I definitely just want to keep it balanced. And then I'm going to go in, touch my forehead. And of course, the way I've always explained it is when you're contouring, you're kind of drawing a 3 on the side of your face. So a little bit right in here, right in the middle where you typically want it strongest, and then right underneath. And then if you really, really want it to pop a little extra, you can take that same beauty sponge with a little bit of your setting powder and just go right underneath where you contoured. And this will just make your contour look even sharper. And while this isn't something I do every day, it definitely does make a difference. So now if I go and wipe that away, it just looks really Of course, do not forget to contour your nose. This brush is a little bit big for me to be going on my nose with, but we're gonna go for it. Oh God. And you've got a cute, cozy little contour happening. I think I am gonna add a little bit of bronzer, a little bit of blush, a little bit of highlight, and then my look will be happy and complete. Pro tip, when I highlight, of course you want to highlight like your cheekbones, and I did also highlight under my brow when I was doing my eyeshadow, so I took just a teeny bit. But I also highlight right above my brow here, so that my contour is pulling my forehead back, but the highlight right above the brow bone is bringing the center of my forehead and my brow area forward. So it's even further accentuating that illusion of having that really, like, you know, slender face, even if you have a little bit of a baby face like me. And then I also take a little bit on my chin and my nose and my cupid's bow. Chin is optional. I feel like during the dry season, a little extra glow never hurt nobody. And I just use my blush as the buffer shade between my highlight and my contour, so that it all kind of, it's like an ombre effect on the skin, like a Neapolitan ice cream. As I do with my bronzer, I take my blush not only on my cheeks, but I do add a little bit onto my forehead, onto my nose, and onto my chin. It just makes the skin look even more alive. You know, nobody's skin is like completely devoid of color, except maybe a corpse. So, a little bit of blush, bring you to life, keep you from getting burned at the stake, from being a witch. And of course, how bright you want your blush and how intense you want your contour is all up to you, and I feel like it depends on what your look is that day. Like I said, today I went a little ham with my look, so I want my blush a little bit bright, I want my contour a little bit dark, and I want my cheeks to look like a frosted donut. And that's the vibe. Make sure you give yourself a good little bath. You may be asking yourself, Aubrey, why is setting spray so important? I will tell you, viewer, because when you put all them layers on your skin, when you putting on your foundation, your concealer, your shadows, all of that, how many layers is that? At least 2 or 3. If you're like me and you use mostly powder products, using a setting spray is gonna lock that down, as I've said, but it's also gonna melt that product together. So instead of having 16 different layers of powder, like a powder cake, you'll have a nice, beautiful, creamy souffle on your face. You get me? You get me. So this is our look. That was my quick little contour tutorial. Of course, if you guys would like a more technical video talking about, you know, face shapes and stuff like that, the different tones for different skin tones and the different techniques for different shapes, I can go into all of that. I think it's something that everybody has to play with. I think you should always try different things and see what works best for you. But I do find that the easiest techniques and the most success that my clients tend to have is when they just try a regular powder contour going into that 3 shape and start there. You guys want any more specifics? You guys want me to go a little bit more in depth? Just let me know in the comments. And of course, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, issues, or suggestions for videos that you would like to see, leave them down below in the comments section. I really, you know, I don't get many comments, but every time I do, I read them and I cry a little bit to myself, and I just get really excited. So I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I hope you have a wonderful week, year, lifetime, whatever it is. And of course, I will see you next time. Mwah.